from the Filipino martial arts style. Kali, also known as Escrima, Arnis, those are all kind of interchangeable words, meaning the same thing. You'll hear this sometimes referred to as a baton or a baston. It's basically a stick, right? You've got two sticks, you got one in each hand, and in a lot of these systems and styles, you're gonna start with two sticks, a stick in each hand or one stick, and you're gonna work up to a knife, and then you're gonna move into empty hands. So it kind of goes in the opposite way of a lot of other martial arts styles, where you might start empty-handed first and work your way into a bow staff or a sword, a bokken, or a katana. But that's actually, more traditionally, you would have been a soldier, you would have been someone who trained in a sword style, or a foot soldier, someone who used maybe a staff, or a najinata, or a spear, or spike, something like that. And then you would have learned later how to go open hand, empty hand. So it's really not that untraditional, it's very similar. Now, hello, oh good, welcome from Canada. We're gonna warm up with one stick in each hand, and I really want you to get the blood flowing into your shoulders, into your joints. As you go up and down, you're gonna keep your hand closed. And your goal is to learn how to effectively strike, jab from the back end, block, and defend yourself using a Kali martial arts stick, or again, Escrima Arnis, all the same term. And I saw, we were at the movies on the weekend, and I thought there was this new Disney princess movie or something. And all of a sudden, she's like crawling out of somewhere, fighting some dragon, and wham, she whips out a couple Kali sticks and she starts fighting. And I thought, all right, there's a show I can get behind. It's good to see everybody today. I can get behind, it's called Raya and the Last Dragon. Raya or Raya. Anybody seen those yet? It's some girl from the some Asian area, Asian country, and she's fighting with Escrima sticks, Arnis sticks, or Kali sticks. And it's a cartoon, right? And you think, I don't want to learn a martial art some little girl's using in the Disney movie, Raya, and fighting with the last dragon or something like that. But then I thought, well, this is just the newest movie. You're gonna find these Kali martial arts sticks in so many different styles. Yes, excellent point, Sensei Emmett. But the movie Taken with Liam Neeson, that's not some little girl fighting to save the last dragon. Liam Neeson's out there in movies. These are all movies, right? The Bourne Identity, Jason Bourne. He's out there breaking people in half, snatching them up. In the movie that I always forget with Benicio del Toro and Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones comes down here where we are in South Florida, rides his polo horses out at the polo fields. Haven't seen him yet in town. Not that he and I are friends or anything. I'd say, hey, you played a guy, what was that movie? Why can't I think of this movie? Every time we talk about Kali sticks, I bring this movie up. One of my favorite movies of all time. I've seen it 100 times. And the name always escapes me. Tommy Lee Jones, Benicio del Toro. Tommy Lee Jones teaches, he's the old instructor. And the funny thing is, he's kind of like a combination of like a Dan Inosanto and who's that great tracker out in the East, in New Jersey, in the swamps. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, good. Yeah, I'll look for it. Oh, I just lost it. My bag was in the way. Which brings up a point. Keep your hand closed and not all the way tight, but a loose grip. Now, these moves that we're doing come from the Indian fighting club, the Indian swinging club, which originally was a fighting club. It's a big club. You would use it to end the fight quickly. And they developed a whole style. The Gurkha in the British military brought these into a lot of services. When I was in the Marine Corps, we used the Indian fighting clubs. We used a lot of the moves from them, right? And so I want you to learn some of these basic moves when you do your Kali martial arts, because it's going to help you strike so much faster. Stick it in their eye, jab them this way. I'm going to show you the basic strikes, but I always want you to learn some exercises. And now this isn't traditional coming out of the FMA, so the FMA guys are all cringing right now if they're watching. They've already hit the dislike, and they've already left by now, for the most part. And I'm mostly just joking. I'm just assuming. I don't know that to be true. I know a lot of those guys, and I do know that that's how I think they would act. Good. Let's go over the Sinawali today. We're going to make this short and sweet. Once you get warmed up. By the way, if you get good at what I'm doing right now, this is the mill with the Indian Swinging Club. And what you're doing is my right hand. Put it in your right hand. You're going to scoop it up like a shield across your body. Just practice this motion first. If you get good at these basic mill motions from Indian swinging clubs, then when you go into Indonesian, Filipino martial arts like Kali martial arts, Escrima, Arnis, and all of the derivations thereof, or therefrom, I don't know what the proper term is, I'm getting all fancy. Pull the elbow out. So bring it in, pull the elbow out. This elbow is going to put that in line with your body. It's opening your shoulder. This is why this makes this so good for your shoulder. And why Kali sticks, Kali martial arts, can make you very powerful as an overall martial artist. From here, you're going to cast, as in throw, as in a throwing knife or casting a fishing line without letting go. Cast, let it drop. Bring it back up and through. Elbow, cast. This is that shielding motion, open, cast. Once you get it down with one hand, teach yourself on the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. When you do 2, when you open this correctly, it gets it behind your head. You're not going to hit yourself. I've never hit myself, even with big, thick Indian clubs. Never hit myself in the back of the head. You won't hit yours. Cast it. But what you're going to find is you're starting to get blood into the shoulders. And you're going to get healed shoulders faster. You're going to get stronger shoulders faster. So if you're an older person or if you're a younger person who stopped using their body or never did, like climbing things and running and jumping and doing handstand and cartwheels and all those kinds of things we do as kids, you stopped doing all that. You got weak shoulders and you got pain in your shoulders. And you went to the doctor. I'm going to move this because I keep smacking that bag. And he said, oh, you have a torn rotator cuff. And I'm not a doctor, and I'm not saying you don't. But I've had the doctors tell me that over and over through the years, from all the crazy things I've done. And I've never had to have any surgeries. And when I've been to the doctor recently, they say, you're in excellent health, inside and outside, not just your chemistry, but your joints. What do? You take a lot of glucosamine? And I said, no, it's Indian swinging clubs and Kali martial arts, Kali sticks. I want to learn how to fight like Raya. Is it Raya or Raya? Raya. I'm going to call her Raya. Raya in The Last Dragon. She's going to save that last dragon with her Kali sticks. She's got them sticking there in the back. Boom. She's going to whip them out. And I'm going to show you how to do that to defend yourself too. Good. Thank you. I appreciate that comment. Basics. I want you to learn basics first. First thing you're going to learn is a simple strike. Think of temple to cheek. That's your target. Always fight in a tight line from behind the stick. This is your right hand. Make sure you have a little bit of room there sticking out of the bottom. You're going to stick that in their eye, stick that in their throat for self-defense. They've got that knife. You're going to learn later how to peel the knife out of their hand or peel that other stick when they've got a stick, or maybe it's a machete. Someone said to me this morning, can you teach me how to stop a machete? And I said, what's a machete? They said, a machete. I said, yeah, we can do that. My pronunciation was off, I guess. From here through, you have two kinds of strikes you're going to do. You're going to do all the way following through from here, top to bottom, and then you have stopping in front of your body so you can fight the stick between you and the threat. First, put this left one on your left shoulder, bring the right one through, bring it up to the left shoulder. Do that again. 1, 2. I want you to learn how to fight like Raya and The Last Dragon, or Liam Neeson, or Tommy Lee Jones, Benicio del Toro. What are some others? And then, of course, there are a million great Kali martial arts fighting movies, or Escrima, Arnis. And then Jeff Speakman. Jeff Speakman, The Perfect Weapon. You guys see that? You're an old geezer like me. You've seen Jeff Speakman back in the day. Oh, I asked an old fart this weekend. I said, hey, did you ever see? He was really an old fart. I'm just joking. I said, you remember that Jeff Speakman movie, The Perfect Weapon? He's like, no, I never seen it. I said, yeah, you did. You just don't remember the name. No, I would have remembered that. From here to here, you're making an X with your two Kali sticks. One down and one the other. Maybe you've got Arnis sticks or Escrima. Maybe you don't have a pair and you want a pair. Check the link below. There's a store there you can buy made out of metal, made out of plastic, made out of, I've got a whole bunch that are made out of foam. Get them in the kids' hands, teach them how to defend themselves. I was doing it in my self-defense class for the adults this last weekend. I took out my trainer knife, my big long knife. Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? And he fights every different style in that movie. He's got the Goju guys, he's got the Taekwondo guys, he's got the FMA guys. It's like the old Bruce Lee, just the American version. The big long trainer. It's a trainer's term for a knife that you would use. Learn how to knife fight, learn how to take it away, learn how to use it correctly. And I had the students, and I gave it to each one of them, adults. And I said, all right, you got the collie stick. I taught you 3 things. I'm going to teach them to you now. I taught you these 3 things. I got the knife. I'm coming in. Always number 1 is pay attention, situation awareness. Number 2, always number 2, get in a better position. Put the sticks between you and that knife. And number 3, what are the targets you can remove or destroy? And so it's all about, good. We need more of that. It's all about that quick, fast, simple, basic strikes. I'm going to show you 3 right now. From here, you know 1, you know 2. The third one is just going to be a horizontal strike, just bringing it through or bringing it back. Think angle, angle, and then 3. I know I already said 3, but I meant 2. Number 1 are angles. Number 2 are horizontal, and number 3 are just vertical. Down, you can also come up. You can bring it up this way with your palm up. You just pop it up this way, smash him on the bottom of his chin. Maybe his hand is coming with that knife, and you smash the knife out of the way, or better yet, you break some bone. Now, I've got the bag here, and I want to show you. You have this first motion, and when you practice, I want you to practice it first for self-defense. And there's so many cool things. I'm going to teach you, and I apologize for shaking the camera. I'm going to teach you the Sinawali that everybody loves to learn because it's flow, and it's good for your brain. And you can mix it up and you can move around and you get a partner and all of a sudden some of you know what I'm talking about. You've seen it, right? The FMA guys are, and then they put the machete in their hand, they get the goggles on and then and the sparks are flying everywhere. Some of you have seen that. I know you've seen that. And that's really cool. But in my world, first, this, right? Stop. Don't let them get close enough to stick the knife in you. So the first thing, yeah, you don't need, all you need is one. All you need is one, right? It only tells you to kill the same person over and over again. All right, let's focus. I gotta focus. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're gonna do 5 basic strikes. Slice angle, angle, bring it up, bring it up, bring it through, bring it back, bring it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't pay attention to that middle one. I got off track and I showed you the wrong thing. You're gonna learn that too. Don't worry, you're gonna learn that too. 2 angles down, 2 horizontal strikes, and 1 straight down on the top of his head for self-defense. He's coming in with a knife. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't get all Sinawali. Don't get all high-low, wickety-whack. Just thinking about the haircut of this week, the weekend, right? There's a, and you want to learn that. That's so cool. You look like Jeff Speakman. You look like Raya saving the last dragon in the Disney movie. But doesn't matter if you can fight like a little girl or not. The most important thing is he's got a knife. You want to be able to stop. Whether you have 1 stick or 2 sticks, stop that knife from getting close enough to hit your body. So let's review. Focus. I'm talking to myself. Now, focus. Pay attention. 1, 2, horizontal and back, and 3 down through the middle. Then put the other foot forward. 1, 2, horizontal, horizontal, vertical, diagonal, diagonal, horizontal, horizontal, vertical. Same thing. Other foot. I almost added those other ones in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my right side. My right foot's facing the thread. Then I switch left and then vertical. I almost did it again. Straight down the middle. Now, I want you to see the Sinawali because you said to me, struggling with the Sinawali. Struggling with Sinawali, easy fix. You got 2 sticks. Put the right stick on your right shoulder. Put the left stick on your right ribs. This is the key. Almost every time where everybody gets stuck, as I say, it's this. You think you're here, but you're really here. I do that too. That's how I know that you're doing it. You think you're here, got to make sure students aren't ready to open the door. From here, you're over here. That's so common. Like I said, I do it. That's how I know you're doing it. And I know this is what's getting you stuck, because in your mind, you're here, but you're really here. And then when you go to Sinawali, it doesn't work. Sinawali means basket, not basket weaving. It means weaving. It's a weaving pattern. So Sinawali is just weaving your arms, one hand over, and then the other hand over, and then the other hand over, and the other hand over. And everybody gets stuck at first because, like I said, they're here and they think they're here. So start here. See how I have both sticks on the same side? Right hand, right shoulder. Left hand, right ribs. Now, you're going to slice with the right hand, or strike. Bring it through and look. I turn it as I bring it back. 1, 2. Make a V. That's a V, right? I go down, I come back. You're making a V with the right hand. Now it's supposed to be on the other side. Hello. Then the right hand is going to come out in a strike, kind of a backhand strike. And it's also going to make a V. Start over. 1, 2. Now they're both on the left. I have 3 strikes in this Sinawali pattern. There are 2 kinds. Well, there are way more than 2 kinds. There are 2 strike patterns, 3 strike patterns, 4 strike patterns. This one, that means per side. So this is 1, 2, and you have a third one, which is a backhand strike with your right hand, and you're going to come under the left side. Now, your left hand is on your left shoulder, your right hand is on the right ribs, and you have the exact opposite situation, posture, stance, chamber, whatever you want to call it, as you did from the start. You started here, and now you're here, which is the mirror, the other side. Start from the beginning, though. I'm not going to let you go on. You got to get this part down so that you don't tell me next time, still struggling with it, which isn't your fault. It's my fault. I needed to break it down more. Start here. Make a V with the right hand. Do it again. 1, 2. Do it again. 1, 2. And that's not just a fancy move, which is what I said from the start. I don't care if you can Sinawali. I care if you can defend yourself against the guy with the knife, the guy with the skateboard, the multiple attackers, the bigger opponent, the street fight. If you can save the dragon, if your name is Raya, and you're out there, I don't even know what I was going to say. She's riding on dragon by the end, I'm sure. She's got it on. Watch for this. Some of you have seen it already, right? And you'll see. And then she turned around, and I saw those collie sticks on her back, and I got all excited. I thought, that's what we need. We need more good characters promoting simple, basic, smart martial arts styles like Kali, Escrima, Arnis. For self-defense. Teach people how to defend themselves. It's your right. Speak up for yourself. All right. Chamber on the right. Right hand, right shoulder, left hand, right ribs. Make sure you're tight and not all out like that. You see how I'm out like that? That means I'm open. You can break my ribs. You can bust me in the face. So get tight. Make a V with the left or with the right hand. Right hand, left hand, right hand. That's 3 strikes. And now I've chambered on the opposite side. Go back. We've got to do the beginning again. 1, 2, 3. This is a V, that is a V, and that is a V. All 3 are strikes. That is a strike, that is a strike, that is a strike. Now you're on the other side. It's the same thing. Make a V with the left, a V with the right, and then here. This is the other thing that gets you stuck, and this is why you can't Sinawali when you can't Sinawali. And again, I know it's because I was here. You do this really well, and then you don't put this hand back in here. Make it a habit. Touch your shoulder with this one. Touch your ribs. It just took my wind out a little bit. That's good. I want you to feel that. Touch your ribs. Touch your shoulder. You're not going to touch anything on here, but touch your ribs. Make sure you're touching your ribs under, and you know you're in the chamber. And then come shoulder, back, ribs. Shoulder, back, ribs. If you go slow enough, that's why I say a million times, slow is smooth, smooth is fast, and you almost always give up too soon. Fight for it. Almost everybody fights for a reason they can't do it. It's 2021, New Year's resolutions, right? Don't make resolutions. Change your habits. Change the way you talk to yourself. Almost everybody gives up too soon. So instead of saying, I can't do it, say, I can't do it yet. And then don't quit. 1, 2, and then under to the ribs. 1. Yeah, I love the fact that we have sticks everywhere and anywhere. That was our homework from the last session, remember? I wanted you to walk around and see if you can find sticks everywhere you go. You go to the restaurant, is there a stick nearby? And I apologize for those of you, especially since they Emmett, and those of you overseas, not in the United States, or maybe you're in Chicago, maybe you're in New York City, and they shut you down, and you can't go anywhere. But, look around the house, see if there's a stick. Someone pulls out a knife, what can you pick up and defend yourself? That's all I got for right now. We're going to do Sinawali next time. We're going to learn how to fight like Raya, saving the dragon.